Welcome to those who've just joined, and thank you to all who've been here since morning. We've covered a lot of different topics. This morning, we announced our Food for Crisis Web3 initiative with the World Food Program. I'm now teeing up another scenario. We're announcing the UN 100 Plus Blockchain Initiative, but it is not I who will tell you what that is. It will be Stuart Hutton here. I want to thank him for coming all the way from the UK and appreciate his time. Do you want to go to the podium, Stuart? So please welcome Stuart, the European partner for the environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra, and thank you for the GBBC offering us a chance to introduce and launch this exciting initiative, and also for Shim and Sterling for their support in this fabulous venue. I hope you've enjoyed the day so far. Megan Roberts from the UN Foundation just before lunch explained the aspirations of the UN, also how we can use blockchain and collaboration for this digital transformation. Business is, as usual, is no more an option. This is why we are focusing on blockchain as a potential game changer. Allow me for a few minutes to introduce you to the BC 100 Plus initiative. So the initiative and intention has come around the fact that there's an economic tipping point we're reaching where the world is on the brink of 5 disastrous climate tipping points around giant ice sheets and ocean currents and permafrost regions already passing many points of irreversible change. And there's a need for a social economic change to change the game for terms of accountability, finance, and redistribution of values. A UNGA resolution declaring access to a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment is a universal human right. The resolution contains strong political commitments and calls upon states and international organizations and businesses to scale up efforts to ensure a healthy environment for all. To date, 126 countries have enshrined this right in their constitutions and national laws, including 19 out of the 27 of the EU countries. The recognition of the new right obliges states to adopt policies to enhance international cooperation, strengthen capacity building, and continue to share good practices in order to scale up efforts and to ensure a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment for all. And the UN President High Patronage has given this initiative aiming to get people out of the silos and to collaborate in a decentralized manner. UN agencies will cooperate with platforms and initiatives related to blockchain and the SDGs all over the world. To introduce the Blockchain 100% initiative, the purpose of the global initiative under the high patronage of His Excellency Saba Karozi, President of the 77th UN General Assembly, is to bring together 100 plus networks and platforms to envisage a blockchain ecosystem and its situation room in support of the UN Charter values and the Sustainable Development Goals. The outcomes of this Blockchain 100 Plus will be presented in New York at the beginning of May next year. It should contribute to the Global Digital Compact to be agreed by the UN Summit for the Future in September next year as well, and the vision of the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres of the UNGA 77 as a time to recalibrate multilateralism and strengthen the foundations of global cooperation, as well as UN processes and the building blocks of the UN Agenda 2030-2050. The SDGs, the climate objectives, and the new framework for managing nature through 2030, biodiversity and oceans, as well as finance for sustainable development, in order to tackle and manage planetary boundaries and the global public interest and common good, in particular the UN member states with large environmental footprints. There are 5 priorities that we are looking at with this regards to open collaboration and progress is conducted in line with the Sustainable Development Goals in the UN Charter, making significant and measurable progress in implementing the Sustainable Development Goals. Also developing a situation room, the review of DLT delivery towards integrated systemic solutions, enhancing the role of science in decision-making, and increasing solidarity in addressing the digital divide and the empowerment of the poor and the disadvantaged. We are asking the Blockchain 100 Plus partners should come together and explore how they could make use of common distributed ledger technology as an ecosystem to provide transparency and accountability. This will form the basis for a permanent dialogue on the basis of the UN Charter values and the Sustainable Development Goals. And it would be a game changer to manage better risks in the public interest and build trust, generate innovations, and provide economic and financial incentives. The approach to be adopted under this will be the potential for transformative change at scale, and we'll be looking at a number of events and conferences over the next year, which the steering group will attend, as well as looking at various actions and deliverables, including a mapping exercise, which will identify blockchain projects and organizations working in pro of the UN values and the SDGs ecosystem. The goal is to define the potential members of the BC 100+, the Blockchain 100+ initiative, and the process of how to engage with them. And this result shall be a list of over 100 blockchain platforms, organizations, and communities, and agreements with the candidates on their initiative membership. We'll also organize a situation room, which will look at basically how we can bring together spaces to promote areas around digital divide and training academies, inclusive of social entrepreneurship and blockchain training, and platforms for youth climate and DLT tools, as well as global cooperation in trade, climate, and human rights. The focus also will be looking at 3 regional consultations, one in Africa Union Partnership, one in the Asia Pacific, and also an American regional debate, with a view to bringing together the platforms at an event in Rome early next year towards putting together the chapter. The role blockchain might play will be enlightened as public funds management models in the face of the requirement of transformative change at scale, as well as business models, and companies and finance for disruptive change at scale will have to be made more efficient. The draft chapter will focus on 10 areas inspired by System Change Compass, the Green Day Report, and the Blockchain for Good second report on blockchain. We have a high-level expert group in place and is developing, and also a steering group, which GBBC is one, thank you, Sandra, and also INAPTA, which is the International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, as well as many others, including Miroslav here from Climate as well. We have a really good steering group and a strong group to take this forward. And we ask for call to actions to please come and talk to us, become part of that process, and hopefully be part of this chapter we go forward over the next 12 months. Thank you very much for having your time.